Brilliance Audio presents The Blink of an Eye, a memoir of dying and learning how to live again, by Rikke Schmidt Kjærgaard, performed by Stina Nielsen and Andrés Pabon.
Forward, by Bill Bryson. In the winter of 2016, as part of a project I was involved in, I spent some time at the Natural History Museum of Denmark in Copenhagen. One evening, after a long day at the museum, I went for dinner with my host, a genial, English-born geneticist named Tom Gilbert. At the last moment, we were joined by his boss, the museum's director, Peter C. Kjærgaard. I had only met Peter that day, but I liked him immediately, as I imagine most people do. He is clearly super intelligent, but also charming and kindly, with a distinctly approachable manner. If you were lost in a strange city, he is the person you would ask for directions. Early in the dinner, Peter's phone rang, and he asked if we minded very much if he took the call. His wife had been ill, he explained, and he wanted to be sure she was all right. We assured him, of course, that he should speak to her. Their conversation was brief and murmured, as you would expect in a restaurant, but the news was evidently good. Peter looked pleased, and indeed relieved, as he returned the phone to his pocket and told us all was well. Tom or I said something to the effect that we hoped it was nothing too serious. Well, actually, she has been really quite unwell, Peter responded rather suddenly. He hesitated, as if unsure whether to go on, then proceeded to tell us the most spellbinding and harrowing story I believe I have ever heard. It is the story you are about to read. I don't wish to give away a single detail of what follows. It is Rikke Schmidt Kjærgaard's story to tell, and no one could tell it better or more feelingly. I will just say that I met Rikke soon afterward and liked her immediately, too. She has much the same qualities as Peter. She's gracious and urbane, kindly, a good listener, very learned, deeply and obviously devoted to family. I can say at once with confidence that you would like her very much yourself. She has given us a most exceptional book, and exceptional in many ways. At its most immediate level, it is a calm, measured, impeccably lucid account of a truly horrifying experience told from the all-too-rare perspective of the sufferer. Rikke is a scientist by background, and she recounts the details of her ordeal with a kind of forensic precision that makes the horror of the experience all the more vivid and chilling. No one should have to go through what she did, but you could hardly choose a more skilled and insightful victim. But this is much more, much more than a clinical record of a terrible experience. It is above all a highly personal, deeply affecting account of what it is to be yanked from a happy, well-ordered life and thrust into a sudden, unimaginable, terrifying darkness. Rikke has done the impossible of putting into words an experience that would seem to be beyond expressing. And she has done it with the most abundant generosity. This is at its heart a book about familial bonds. Nothing says more for Rikke's character as both writer and person than that you come away profoundly touched not only by the wearisome awfulness of her ordeal, but by the emotional and physical fortitude of Peter and her children. This was, from beginning to end, a shared horror. Perhaps the most extraordinary thing about this book is that it exists at all. What happened to Rikke is not as rare as we might think or hope. No one knows how many people in the world exist in comas or are otherwise minimally conscious, as the medical jargon has it. Almost nowhere are records systematically kept. But according to the journal Nature Neuroscience, the number globally is in the hundreds of thousands. Few of those poor people will ever be able to resume normal lives. Rikke Schmidt Kjærgaard is a brave and lovely exception. As the blink of an eye proves, we are lucky in every sense of the word to have her. Bill Bryson's best-selling books include A Walk in the Woods, I'm a Stranger Here Myself in a Sunburned Country, and A Short History of Nearly Everything.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?